friends, welcome to today's video. My name is Rachel and we are going to be using these little banner dies to make little shakers. And I'm using the Pink Fresh Studio Spring Vibes collection. I haven't played with this collection too much, so I still have lots of papers left that I can choose from. And I'm going to make 4 different little shakers. So I'm using the largest die to cut out the base of it. So I'm just going to show you how I make one of them, and then we'll kind of fast forward through to the embellishing part because it's kind of repetitive. So we have that base there, and then I'm going to use the largest size and the next size down to make the little outline, which you'll see in a second here. So gonna take the smaller size and I'm gonna use some washi tape to just make sure it stays in place properly because it's gonna be pretty thin, so you just want to make sure it cuts in all the right places. So now we have that piece for on top of where the foam is going to be. So you can see it'll be like that, and you'll have foam and you'll have acetate. So next up, I'm going to, I start with cutting all the paper first. So that's what I'm going to do first, and I'll just kind of skip through this part because it's the same process. But now we're going to cut the foam. So I'm going to cut the foam kind of in a similar way. I just got this foam from the dollar store. Thank you to Tina for that tip. And we're going to use the largest die and the one smaller one and use some tape to tape it down so it's in all the right spots. And we're going to cut out the foam. You could also use just like regular strips of foam. I just want to make sure that nothing falls out. I've had too many issues in the past with sequins falling out and these shakers falling apart. So it's just easier for me to cut it this way. I mean, it's not necessarily easier. It is extra work, but I can trust it more doing it this way. So now we have the little outline, and those other scrap pieces of foam, I'll just put on my desk and I'll use them for later projects because they're just foam, so they're going to be behind things. So I can use up all those scraps and everything. And then I'm going to take some acetate and I'm going to make it the biggest size. And those are all the pieces that you'll need to make some dies. So hopefully this kind of makes sense if you're new to making shakers, or if you want to learn how to make it, or you want some tips. This is how I do it. Now the gluing part, I've done this too many times. I make the mistake of using wet glue for shakers, and that is just not the move. I prefer this red tape that I'll be using here shortly. So I have all 4 cut out here. So you can see I start with glue, and like I said, just not my preferred method because it doesn't dry as fast, and so there can be like some complications with it or not gluing properly. But I do use glue on the first one, but I realized that using tape is so much easier. It dries right away. See, everything was coming off and it was so annoying. But with the tape, with a really strong tape, it dries. It's not going to make like glue marks anywhere. It works so much easier. So I definitely recommend, I always do this when I start making shakers. I start with the glue and I'm like, shoot, this is not what I want to do. Every single time I make that mistake. I mean, it's not the end of the world or anything, but I just find it so much easier. You could use hot glue, but hot glue, like if you get it out of the lines, like it could like seep out a little bit and you could see it. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but I definitely recommend this tape because it's very, very strong, and something like a shaker, you don't want anything falling out. You want it to be perfectly secured all the way around. So this itty bitty thin skinny tape is the trick for doing these, because then you can trust and you know it's going to stay properly. And there won't be any complications. So I'm going to cut all the tape and take off the backing. I'm not going to show you every single one, but I just wanted to show you the difference between the glue and the tape so you could see what works better for you. This red tape specifically from Scrapbook Nerd is really high quality and really, really sticky. Like if you make a mistake, then you're going to rip the paper. Like it's very sticky. But there are other adhesives in the shop if you don't want it to be as strong. If you just want it for regular scrapbooking and things, there's other adhesives, but this is extra, extra strong, just so you know. I do want to say there is a crop going on this weekend for Scrapbook Nerd, and everyone in the design team is hosting a challenge, and my challenge is to use dies. So as you can see here, obviously I'm using this die here, and this is from Scrapbook Nerd, and I would definitely, I definitely recommend it. I really like it, but you can use any die in your project. So that will be in the Scrapbook Nerd Facebook group, where you can find that challenge and win prizes. So be sure to join us. We always have so many people joining us every month. It's free. It's a free thing just in a Facebook group. It doesn't cost money or anything to join. So come join us over there. There are so many different challenges where you can win prizes. So if you want a little scrapbooking weekend, you can do that, but you have the entire week to work on your project. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to win some prizes, then please come join us over there. And like I said, my challenge is to use a die in your project. So whether you're doing a scrapbook layout or happy mail or shakers or cards, it doesn't matter what the project is, just a paper crafting project. I gave a thumbs up because that worked out so much better. But come join us over there. I'm using some sequin mixes from my shop, ScrapbookNerd.com. But I also really wanted to feature these little wooden pieces that I got from Scrapbook Nerd. I do have a haul video coming out in about a week and a half where you can see closer into these products. I know I'm kind of doing this backwards, where I'm doing the projects first and then the haul, but it's fine. It's just the way it worked out. You know how these things go. What am I saying? Oh yes, the wooden pieces. So you'll see close-ups of those in the haul video, but they're these cute little, they're not thick or anything. They're pretty thin, little like chipboard kind of pieces. And I wanted to incorporate one in each of my shakers. I was moving it around because I had covered the flower, but as it moves around, you'll be able to see it a little bit more, but I just thought that was funny. I'm like, wait, you can't see it. All the sequins are covering it. But I do put a flower into each little shaker, and I think it looks pretty cute. A nice fun touch and a different kind of texture to your project. So we are going to embellish these as well. And actually, in the next process video, you'll see I make cards on I think it's the 21st of May. I have a video coming out for Scrapbook Nerd that is card making. And I use the inner part of those banners that we cut out from, those like little outlines we did on the shakers. Obviously, there's like an inner part that got cut out as well. And I'm going to use those scraps in the cards. So stay tuned for that video in a few weeks. But there's how all my shakers are looking, and I think they're so cute and so fun. And you can see the little wooden flowers in there as well. And now we're going to start embellishing these. So you can put these on top of gifts or presents, or you can put these on cards or scrapbook layouts. You can use these in so many different ways. I like to gift these in Happy Mail, give them to pen pals, and then like they can use them in any way they want to. I'm using some gold thread here behind the embellishment to give it a little extra texture. I didn't sew these. It does have like kind of a sewing texture on the die, but I didn't actually sew anything. So I wanted to add a little bit of thread just to have that sewn thread texture on the project somewhere. So that's why I did a little bit of thread behind some of them. Just some gold thread I think is always really nice. I have these little wooden pieces from the parasol collection that I'm using in my kit, which again, that kit video will be out in the whole video that's coming out on May 13th. So like I said, things are a little bit backwards, but you'll be able to see the full products that I'm using in that video. It's just the way things lined up with my videos. It's just, the way it goes. So, just going to embellish these, and I think they look so cute. I have so many other ideas for this die that I'm excited to play around with. And you'll hopefully see that in future videos. Like I said, this month I'm doing a card making video. And if you have any requests for the types of videos you want to see from me or using this kit, please let me know down below. I am happy to kind of see what you are looking for. I know I don't do cards a lot, but I already have filmed the card video and I love the way these cards turned out. They might be my favorite cards I've ever made. I don't know if I don't know if it's the collection that I used or what it was, but I love the cards, and hopefully it'll give you a little bit of inspiration as someone who is not really a card maker who is able to make cards. And so hopefully you are too, and it gives you a little bit of encouragement. Same with making shakers. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of encouragement on how you can make shakers. And look at that little like seed tag thing. Isn't that so cute? This collection is adorable. So perfect for spring. So perfect for this time of year. And I'm excited to play with it throughout the summer as well. I think I'm going to be able to make so many different types of projects. I'm really excited. And there's also a lot of this, I shouldn't say that for sure because I am doing the voiceover a couple weeks ahead of time, but there should be quite a bit of this collection still left in stock. So if you want to get your hands on it, it is ScrapbookNerd.com, and you can go ahead and do some shopping there. I'm just looking on the website now to see what might be coming soon. Oh, in the shop right now, they have the Great Escape collection from Coco Vanilla Studio, which is a really cute collection. I feel like it's really gender neutral. It's a little bit outdoorsy, travel-y. Ooh, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I kind of want that collection. I think Coco Vanilla Studio does collections really well. I love their style. I love the different icons and things. I think they have a really good variety, so I really like that collection, and like just anything by Coco Vanilla Studio and Pink Fresh Studio. I'm trying to see what's coming soon because they have different tabs on the website, coming soon and new and stuff like that if you want to check in there. Just a little tip. But here are the close-ups of all of the shakers. I love how they turned out. You're going to have to let me know down below which one of these four is your favorite. I'm so happy with how they turned out, and I can't wait to put them in Happy Mail or decorate Happy Mail with them or whatever I end up doing. My glue wasn't dry there yet. Everything wasn't dry yet. But anyway, that's how they looked. I'm going to put the link down below for the crop, and have a great day.